Hello everybody and welcome to a new episode here at Hobbii Live, or here with Hobbii Live. I'm your host for tonight, Jaya, and it's really a pleasure to be here once again. And wow, I see there's a lot of people already in the chat. Let's see who's here. And I mean, I'm super excited for today's episode. I got myself a cup of water, well, a glass of water, because it's quite hot outside. And I also got a cup of coffee, because you never get too less of a coffee on a Sunday night. You know, you need your coffee on a Sunday night. So yeah, let's see who's here tonight. Oh my God, there's a lot of people. Wow, wow, wee, wow. Okay, so we have a lot of people from France, from the US, from Canada, even from Australia. Oh my God, good morning from Australia. That's crazy. Wow. And a lot of people from Denmark as well. And it's super nice. Oh, and I saw somebody from Puerto Rico. Hola, hola. That's really, really nice to see all of you guys here. Oh, how is the weather here in Denmark at the moment? It's been super, super hot and nice. And I mean, we love it when it's hot and nice because the weather can be quite harsh here. So yeah, we're many from Denmark, Isabel Shu says. And oh, we have somebody from Spain. Hello. And from Ohio and Italy. And wow, there's a lot of people. Leonie says that same hot weather here too. Where is that, Leonie? Is that in the US? In Europe, in Australia, all over the world? I just need a cup of, I need a sip of water. I'm like already warm. Tell me if you can hear me and see me. Otherwise, let's a little bit move on to today's agenda because we have a long way to go. Oh, Leni says from Holland. Oh, wow. Well, yeah, everybody's like talking about the weather now. Yes, it's been super hot. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something that happens to me all the time during summer. I love summer, but I absolutely get the sweatiest hands in the whole wide world. And that's such a pain when I have to knit or crochet. Does it happen to anybody else? Like get super sweaty palms? Because it's so terrible. Let me tell you, it's the worst. So if you have any tips for that, I heard some people are using talc powder. Maybe that can work. I don't know. But anyway, today's agenda. Yes, today we're talking about color combinations, basically. So how to pick and mix your yarns, your colors to the perfect yarn project that you can make, right? Because you can get the colors super right or you can get the colors super wrong. So today we're gonna talk all about that. We're gonna try to figure out a system or figure out a way or learn how to actually properly pick and mix these colors up. So wow, there's a lot of people already watching and that's really, really nice. I'm super pumped to tell you what today's agenda is. So we're gonna go a little bit, poof, I have a lot of puffs everywhere. We're gonna go a little bit through what is color, or not really what is color, but how was color invented? No, that's wrong. Not really how color was invented, but how do we actually find a relationship between colors? And that's what we're going to dig in deep today. We're going to go through the color wheel history. That's super important. And also a little bit of tips on how to combine the colors together, like my 4 tips. And yeah. Of course, we're going to have a giveaway as well. Did you think I forgot about the giveaway? I didn't forgive about the But anyway, so yeah. So we have a super awesome giveaway today. And should I show you what the giveaway is? Because I think you guys are going to be quite excited for it. I'm going to give you directions how to participate in the giveaway in the next few minutes. So yeah, stay tuned. Let's see. All right, so I thought colors, colors, colors. And I actually even ran a little question in the community on YouTube to find out what colors do you guys want, you know, when it comes to yarns for a giveaway. And everybody said, all the colors. So I went ahead and I got all the colors. So today's giveaway consists, first of all, of more than 50 skeins of rainbow cotton, which is our super gorgeous cotton yarn. Yes, yes, very pretty, very nice. Do you guys want to see a close-up? I'm going to show you a color. I put it in a basket and I made like a little wheel out of it. It's kind of cute, isn't it? So this is today's giveaway. We have all the colors that you guys would wish for, hopefully. And not only that, but I'm also going to add a few more things along the way. Just a few skeins here and there. Maybe a twister solid, maybe something else. So this is today's giveaway. And I'm going to explain to you guys how to participate in it. But first of all, I want to find out, first of all, what is your favorite color? I'm really curious what people like, because my favorite colors are probably yellow and pink, or pink and yellow. But I want to find out what your favorite colors are. So shoot it up. Okay, we have Virginia says purple. Then we got blue, purple, red, purple, pink. Woo! Come on, get it going. Oh my God, a lot of people are loving purple. That's actually quite interesting. And have you noticed how purple is a super fashionable color nowadays? More like a purple like this. So it's kind of like a violet. It's super in vogue, purple. Let's see, we have reds, we have turquoise, bordeaux, and curry yellow. Ooh, I like that combination. Let's see, we have blue. Oh, wow. Mango, mustard. Green is my favorite color. Green is the color. Let's see, blue and green. Blue, can't choose, depends on my mood. Yeah, I completely get you. I also think that I knit and crochet with colors that are depending on my mood, right? Petroleum. Wow, that's actually a really voguey color too. And then we have rainbow. My favorite color is rainbow. That's a good color too. Yeah, teals, mustards, and grays. Actually, Sherry says that teals, mustards, and grays, those colors work really, really well together. Yes, mint green as well. Love aqua, oranges, and pink. Wow. All right. Well, now that I know what your favorite color is, I hope that I matched that color inside this whole wheel of colors. It's actually bigger than my face, much bigger than my face. I hope I matched it, and let's get to it, right? So the way this is gonna work, is that I'm gonna show you guys, I have a little text prepared that's gonna pop up on the screen. But what you have to do is basically write in the chat box a special word that I picked. And then if you're actually subscribed to the channel, then you have an extra little chance of winning. So that's the way our little robot works, is that if you're subscribed to the channel, then you have like an extra ticket, as they call it, or an extra chance. So subscribe to the channel if you want that extra chance. But I mean, I don't know if that's gonna affect a lot, but it might not. So the way you're gonna do this is you're gonna write, there you go, it's on the screen. So the way to participate is you're gonna write ! rainbow in the chat box. And well, once I'm gonna start the giveaway, it's gonna be on. We're gonna see who's winning. But remember, it's ! and rainbow. And I did not start the chat box yet. Sorry, not the chat box. I didn't start the giveaway yet. I'm gonna start it in a minute or a minute and a half, just to give chances for everybody to come in, right? We want to wait for people to stop writing. So let's see. Bam, bam, bam. We have customs, and there it is. And we are going to officially start the giveaway. And it has become. There we go. Just gonna refresh this to make sure that it's working. Da 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 da. How are you guys doing today? Are we on the 13th? Yes, we are. Oh boy. Did you guys notice that I got a haircut? I actually got a haircut. I did it myself. I could not wait for for an actual hairdresser appointment, so I just got a haircut myself. Did it myself, so that's kind of nice. But it is official. The giveaway is open, and I mean, even if you write 1,000 times !rainbow, it's not gonna work. You only have to write it once. I promise to you, our little robot is going to find you if you write it down. So please just write it once. Don't write it 1,000 times, because then we can't read the chat and we're gonna miss on a lot of nice comments. So if you wrote it once, don't write it again. All right. So let's get into today's episode. All right, so like I said, today is about, for those of you who just joined, it's about how to pick and mix colors. So it's about color combination. What a lot of people struggle with that, me included. Well, not really, because I'm a color queen, but I do struggle with it sometimes. And I mean, when you love colors as much as at least I do, it's really hard to, because you want to kind of include all the colors in, and you don't want to like, no, I'm gonna put this purple, and I'm gonna take a yellow, and I'm gonna take a brown, and I want to put a pink in it, and then at the end of the day, it's just a mess. So it's actually quite an art to pick and choose and mix the colors, right? So let's talk a little bit about the color history, or the color wheel history, as I like to pinpoint it, because of course colors existed ever since the beginning of time, but the color wheel history, which is the tool that actually helps us see the relationship with colors, that's the little thing that we're going to discuss right away. And I mean, it all started about a few hundred years ago. So most probably in, I think it was the 17th or the 17th century, during the bubonic plague. And I mean, there's a lot of scientists who try to figure out a way of explaining this relationship between colors. But actually, there's a story that I really wanted to share with you, and that's the story of Isaac Newton, Sir Isaac Newton. I actually prepared a little Pinterest board that I want to share. So there we are. I'm just gonna make this big. Le Monsieur Isaac Newton. All right, so this fellow over here, he is a scientist, an astronomer. He's done a lot of things during his life. He's discovered a lot of stuff, including the color wheel. And the funny thing is that so like I said, during the 17th century, I think it was somewhere around 1685, 1685, I can't remember exactly. During the bubonic plague, he was pretty much like us. I think we will relate to this. He was stuck quarantining at home. Yes, he was in quarantine, and he was very bored because, let's face it, there's no Netflix back in, the 17th century. So he was quite bored, as all of us. He had no yarn, he had nothing to do. So he figured, okay, you know what? I gotta do something. So he started conducting a bunch of experiments using a prism that he put in front of a thin ray of light, and that ray of light passed through the prism and actually casted this beautiful rainbow on a white canvas. And then that's when he noticed that light around us, even though we don't see it, is made out of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of colors. So basically what he did after that, after he conducted his little experiment over here, being all angry, he was like, wow. What he did after that is he basically made the Pink Floyd art cover. I'm just joking. He took this light beam, and you see it starts with a red and it ends with a purple. So it starts with red and it ends with purple, and he basically united or combined those edges, the red and the purple, together, and he formed the first color wheel. It's not very pretty, but yeah, it's what he had. So after he saw that combining those edges forms this round circle, and the color wheel was invented, this actually helped us understand the relationships between the primary colors, which right now we have red, blue, and yellow. Well, not in that correct. Well, red, blue, and yellow. There we go. Pointing them in the right direction. He helped us understand this relationship between these primary colors and how these were used to actually form secondary colors like orange, purple, and green, and eventually the tertiary colors, which is basically everything in between. So that is pretty much Isaac Newton's little history, or his little contribution to helping us actually understand. Oh, somebody's saying, Jaya, rainbow is not working, but giveaway is. I think it is working, but you have to make sure that you, by the way, if you're participating, try and make sure that you write exclamation mark. It should be working because I'm 100% sure it should be working. But good point. I have actually a lot of entries right now saying that it should be working. Da, 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 da. There's always something going on wrong, right? Let's see. I'm gonna try and go through the... Aha! You guys are right. Oh my god, you guys are right! Pop up. Now I don't know what to do. Should I do rainbow? I'm gonna do rainbow. You guys were right. Save. I saved. Okay. Okay, stop writing giveaway. Try and write rainbow again. Now it should be working. That's why it was a little bit like there was not too many. Wow. Oop. I'm gonna refresh. There's always something wrong when I'm trying to do this giveaway, but I promise you that next time I'm gonna get it right. Yeah, I already see that the tickets are going up, which means that there's a lot of people that are being registered. So go ahead, shower it with rainbow. Remember, rainbow in lower caps. I'm just gonna, just so you guys can see exactly what's on the screen. So remember, exclamation mark, rainbow, all low caps. And yes, subscriber get an extra ticket, so an extra chance. But thanks for pointing it out. Wow, thank God you pointed it out. So now we already have a lot more tickets registered. That means it should be good to go. So that was the history of the color wheel. Like I said, the tool that is actually going to help us understand the relationship between these colors and how we can, you know, what we can do with the color wheel to actually find the right colors that go together. And as you all know already, color is a very subjective thing. Like I just asked at the beginning of the live, what is your favorite color? And I had 100 different answers. It's very subjective. Everybody likes a specific color. But even though it is subjective, I feel like combining colors together and, you know, doing something that looks pretty together is actually very objective, and you're gonna see it now that we saw the color wheel, and we're gonna go through, you know, the color harmonies, which is up next. We will see that it's very mathematical the way it works, and it's actually quite interesting. So without further ado, I bring to you the color harmonies. I actually made something quite cute. Please don't laugh at my beautiful craft. I prepared this little mini rainbow, as you see it, a mini rainbow color wheel. Ta-da! Please tell me it's cute. Please give me some hearts, because it took me quite a while to make this. Thank you, Pam. Pam is saying cute. Yes, it is very cute. It's rainbow. So what we're gonna go and do up next is actually we are going to go through how these colors work. And I have my little wand, my little knitting needle wand, or like, you know, it's gonna help me point out things a little bit differently. Thank you. Everybody's like hearts and love. Yes, I need the hearts and the love. So yeah, so let's just jump into it. Like I said, color is objective, but color harmonies are very objective. They're very mathematical, the way they work. It's very like there's a lot of geometry involved for some reason. I don't know why. And I'm really bad at maths. I'm really, really bad at maths. So it took me quite a long time to understand this. So let's just get to it. Let's try to all understand it together, and let's try to put this to good use, right? So first of all, we are going to go through what is a color harmony. A color harmony is a color scheme or several colors combined together that form a pleasant, harmonious combination, right? And the most common one is actually the complementary color harmony. And that is actually, so I'm going to just, if I go like this, there we go. Voila. So the complementary color harmony is the most simple color harmony of all of them. And it's actually, you basically pick two colors that face each other on the color wheel by just drawing a straight line through the color wheel, right? So if I'm going to do this, I know that purple and yellow, there we go. Purple and yellow are a color harmony that is complementary. That's our first harmony, the complementary harmony. And these are colors that face each other on the color wheel. They're completely opposites, like I said, and it's a great way to create a harmony by simply picking a dominant color and a color that is contrasting to that dominant color. So if, for instance, I'm gonna say I'm gonna do a sweater that's blue, and then I'm gonna add some orange edges on it, or some orange flowers to it, or whatever, then it's gonna be quite okay. It's gonna look amazing. It's gonna look like it's meant to look like that, you know. It's not gonna be failed. Well, we already have 300 people joining us, and it's just woo, 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 woo. And I actually want to find out if you guys have ever made knitted or crocheted something that was based on the complementary color harmony. You know, if you did something that was purple and yellow, or if you did something that was blue and orange, or if you did something that was green and red. Hello, I'm looking at you, Christmas sweater and Christmas socks, right? That's probably the most common complementary color harmony that we know. The Christmas sweater, or the Christmas something Christmassy, right? We always do red and green. Why? Because they go together, they complement each other. And it's very easy to pick them across the color wheel. There's not a lot of thinking going on. It's just very blunt, very, very easy. All Moon says, I made something but digital for school. That's kind of cool. I mean, you know, color applies in all aspects, in digital design, in photography, in everything. You know, it works with everything. So if you know about this, it's gonna help you with a lot of creative fields, basically, right? All right, so now that we understand, please let me know if this was clear, if you guys understand what a complementary color harmony is. So it's basically something that complements each other. It's just a cross like these. Yeah, and Camilla is saying, remember, you can only participate once. And I'm actually gonna also emphasize on that. Please, 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 please don't write you know, rainbow several times, because then it's just gonna be all messy in the chat, and I will miss on really nice comments, and I don't want to do that, because I want to like chat with you guys, and I want to have a, you know, want to have a good time. But okay, Pam says that really clear. Thanks. Okay, yes, I understand complementary colors. Perfect. Okay, let's move on. We're gonna go to our second color harmony, and that is the analog color harmony. And actually, just before I move on, I prepared something, because I did not want to leave you guys hanging. So I prepared actually some examples. I have two here. Like I said earlier, orange and blue is a great color, a complementary color harmony. And like you see here, I wanted you guys to see it also in real life, right? Because maybe it just makes more sense if you see it like that. So this is, for instance, a really good example for complementary color. By the way, this is Unicorn, one of my favorite yarns. Boop, 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 boop. And yes, I'm gonna move on to the next one, which was the analog color harmony, because whew, we're already half an hour in the episode and I only have an hour to go, so I better rush. I'm not gonna rush, I'm just gonna take it easy. I just don't want to keep you guys for more than an hour. But yes, I said the analog color harmony. All right, so we use this color harmony because it's actually very simple, since it's composed usually of one main color and the neighboring colors. So like I have here, where am I? Whoop, there we go. So say for instance, I have purple. An analog harmony would be the one, the one neighboring the color I picked, which is purple, right? So it would be blue purple, and it would be violet, or a more warm toned purple. And I also have some examples, but the thing is that the analog color harmony is actually a very we see it in nature a lot. It's very common to see it out in the nature. For instance, imagine yourself being in a forest. You see a lot of different types of green, and they go together well, right? It's very harmonious for the eye. It's very pleasant. It's very serene, and it's also quite easy for a beginner to implement when picking colors for whatever creative project you have, because it's actually not so difficult to nail down. It's just you pick a color and then you pick the ones that is next to that color, right? So I actually have some examples down in the back here. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick some. There we go. We have a yellow orangey theme going on here. Very summer, very happy. So like you guys saw, I picked a yellow as my base, the middle one, and then I simply picked a warmer orange and a more curry-ish, greenish orange or yellow, if you want to call it like that. And that's actually a analog color harmony. And please don't think this is monochromatic, because it's not. It's different tones, or it's different hues. So yeah, this is one example that I have for you guys. And then I'm sure that I brought another one, which is here. All right, this is a gorgeous pink purplish violet blend. Look at these colors together. We have burgundy, and I know somebody really said that they love burgundy. And then we have a more cold purple, and we have a violet or fuchsia, and then we have the pink. These are actually analog as well. And even though what I'm saying right now is that analog, you pick one color and the one next to it, it doesn't matter as long as it's their neighboring colors, right? So this is actually an example that is really, really, really nice. So imagine a sweater made like this. Total bams. Let me see if I can actually flip them a little bit, because that also matters a lot, the way you place your colors. Maybe like this. No, maybe like this. Now I actually like two colors that are darker, maybe in the middle, and then brighter colors on the top. Yeah, purples are really nice. I know you guys like purple. You said it at the beginning, so yay. So that's also analog color harmony. All right, and then moving on from, let me take back my little rainbow. Here we go. Boop. Actually, before I move on, shouldn't I also show you guys what you can, for those of you who are just tuning in and they're just, I'm actually gonna hide this little giveaway info. There we go, so you can see me a little better. And I'm gonna show you guys what you can win, just so you remember, so you don't forget. You're gonna have all these beautiful skeins of rainbow cotton. Boop, boop. There we go. And I think it's more than 50. I know it's more than 50. I don't know exactly how many. Maybe it's 52, 53. I'm gonna count them when I'm gonna put them in the bag and ship them. But this is what you can win today. And on top of that, I'm actually gonna add some extra stuff. So let me just make space on my table. Oh my god, I have coffee. I hope I won't spill it on all over my yarn. Oh, okay, it sits. And on top of that, I want to also add in a twister. a very, very, very summery twister for those of you who love making shawls, because why not, right? So you're actually going to be winning the whole wheel and a twister, and I'm going to add a few more things by the end of the episode, just so you guys know. So yeah, so let's keep on going and talking about our color harmonies. For those of you tuning in, we are talking about how to pick and mix colors, and right now we are at a chapter called the color harmonies, and we are looking at my super cute made. I'm actually going to keep this and I'm going to use this for everything. Maybe you guys should also make one. You can make like little yarn balls and, you know, have a little nice inspiration going on. But yeah, so we talked about complementary colors. We talked about analog colors. Complementary colors are the ones facing each other. Analog colors is a color and its neighbors. And now we're going to actually dig into the triadic color harmony. So when you say triadic, you automatically think 3. So we're not talking about 2. We're talking about 3 colors now. And it's actually quite easy and simple to pick a triadic color harmony set or mix, because all you need to do is imagine there's a triangle, an imaginary triangle that crosses across colors, and you just use that and you can make the most gorgeous set of colors, right? So the triadic colors, what it does is that it's very playful. It's a lot of colors, but it's not too much colors, and it's actually very simple to nail down to perfection. And what I like about this color harmony is that, for instance, I could pick a dominating color. So I'm just going to take this color wheel that I made. I'm going to go on this side. I'm going to pick a dominant color that I'm going to say it's purple, right? Because all of you love purple. So after I picked purple, I'm going to cross a line, across a line like this, and it's going to go to the yellow. That is going to be my contrasting color. And then I'm actually going to cross from yellow down, and that's the teal color. And then one line like this, from teal to purple back. So you see here we have a little triangle going on, and that's your triadic. It's basically almost like complementary, but it just adds an extra color. And you use, like I said, very mathematical, you use a triangle to pick these colors up. And I mean, just imagine your base is purple, maybe the edges of your sweaters are yellow, or shawl or whatever you're knitting are yellow, and then you just add a hint of teal, just a little hint of teal there, a bubble or a flower or something, right? It would look so nice. So it's really nice to have a base color, a contrasting color to that base, and then a highlighting color. So that's pretty much the triadic color harmony. And then we also have the split complementary color harmony. And this one is a little bit, it sounds a little bit more hard to understand, but it's actually also quite easy. So what you would do is, let's pick, what color should I pick now? Let's work with the blue, right? Let's say we're working with blue. So if I'm gonna, so the way you pick a split complementary color is by picking a complementary color harmony like this, blue and orange. And then we want to stick with the blue. So we're actually gonna ignore the orange, and we're gonna go to its neighboring colors, which is red and yellow. So the way this works is that you pick a complementary color, you diss one of the colors from the complementary color and pick the neighboring colors. And I mean, the thing is that this, I think that also this harmony gives you a very balanced and pleasant feeling to the eye, because it's not as contrasting, right? Because when we look at, where is it? Oh, there we go. Look. All right, so when we look at blue, and this is a very strong orange, guys, by the way. So when we look at this, this is actually quite contrasting, right? So instead of doing that, what we're going to do is we're going to get a yellow and a, I'm just going to go ahead and assume, whereas I don't have a red anywhere. Oh, I had to pick something else. But basically what it does is that it's not as strong if you pick a split complementary like it is, or it's not as contrasted as it is as if you were to pick a complementary color harmony, right? So this is actually quite nice, and it's quite, it just gives you a feeling of, it's more calm, you know, it's more down to earth, it's more I'm breathing through this. I want to make an impact, but I don't want to make a crazy impact. That's pretty much what this does, the split complementary color harmony. And I mean, if you have these ones nailed down, you are good to go. However, it goes on and on and on. And I mean, it goes on a lot, but I'm just going to keep it short to two more harmonies, just for those of you who want to get a little bit spicy, right? Yeah, Kelly says, makes sense, so colors don't clash. Exactly. So the next one we're going to talk about is the rectangular color harmony. And I mean, the rectangular color harmony is actually quite easy to also understand. So it's not a big deal. And I'm actually just gonna, for those of you just tuning in, I'm gonna put in the information again so you can participate in the giveaway. And I'm gonna use this to actually, voila, so you guys can see what it says on the screen. So for those of you who want to participate, please just write rainbow in the chat with an exclamation mark at the beginning. So exclamation mark rainbow. Remember to only write it once, otherwise we can't see the chat. And it's actually a little bit sad when I can't read your comments. And what else? Yeah, subscribers get an extra chance. So the way our robot, or little giveaway robot, works is that it registers your name, and it registers you with a ticket as a participant in the giveaway. But if you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, then you actually get 2 tickets. So that's kind of nice. So you have more chances. So please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's just clicking a button, the button that says subscribe with red. And also if you want to be notified when we go live again, hit the notification bell so you get a little ding on your phone. But let's keep on going on. So like I said, the rectangular color harmony is our next in line. And the way we arrange these colors is simple. We go with 2 pairs of complementary colors. So does that make sense? And then we kind of make an invisible rectangle around it, right? So if I'm going to go with, let me see. I'm going to go with my favorite, which is purple and yellow. I just really like that combination. It's very easy to notice, right? I'm going to go with purple and yellow. And then, then I'm going to go with, what goes with purple? It can actually be even this. Maybe like this and like this. Anywho, let's try like this. Let's try actually, like I said, purple and yellow, and let's go with blue and green. So we draw an invisible line around it, make a rectangle out of it, and those colors should go well together. And actually the next step from that is actually the square color harmony, and that one is a little bit more tricky because there's a lot of, like you saw me right now, I was kind of like hesitant because that offers a lot of possibilities, because we're already talking about 4 colors, and it's the same with the square color harmony. So the way that one works is that you have to, you know, draw an invisible square around your little color wheel, or you could also simply draw across them. But I like to imagine that a square is a little bit more simple. Am I here? Oh, you guys need to tell me that I'm not on the screen. So like I said, you draw a little square. So here I have red, purple, teal, and yellow, and these should go well together. If I want to go a little bit, maybe burgundy, blue, green, and orange, these also should work well fine. But I mean, you know, we're gonna dive in a little bit more when it comes to that. I also want to show you what I really like a lot when combining colors together, because so this is the part where I'm actually gonna give you some tips, because it's not, I mean, it's easy to understand all of these concepts as we went through, but you know, picking colors is not always the easiest part, because you have to also keep in mind this following thing that I'm going to actually show you guys. So like I said, it's not enough to understand the harmonies. You also have to consider these factors. And first of all, there is the hue. So like we've talked up until now, we've said, oh, this color and this color and this color and this color. Actually, a color in its purest form is called a hue. So just so you guys know, I'm looking at chat, just so you guys, please tell me you understand that. And then this hue can be basically modified depending what kind of, depending with what you are mixing it with. So if a pure color, so or a pure hue, you mix it with a gray, you will get a result. If you mix it with white, you will get a specific result. And if you mix it with black, you will get a different result. So what we're going to go through now is the hue. So I knitted here a little swatch. And this is, like you see, a super strong, beautiful fuchsia pink little cotton thing. By the way, this is made in rainbow, which is the giveaway from today. So we have the hue, so that's the color in its purest form. And then what happens when you add gray to it is that, like you see here, what happens when you add gray to a pure hue, you basically desaturate that color. So you see how it's very vivid here, it's very saturated, but as soon as we added a yarn that was gray, it desaturated that color. It's actually quite interesting. And a different reaction or a different relation happens when you add white to it. So as soon as I added white to my hue, I immediately brightened that color. It almost looks, it's not pastel obviously because I picked a very, very strong color, but it's definitely not as saturated as this one, as you see it here, right? And if you add black to it, by the way, I forgot to tell you guys. So when you add gray, you're changing the tone of the color. So you're desaturating, you're changing the tone of the color. When you're adding white, you are changing the tint of the color. Basically, the color stays the same. It's just that it looks brighter. And then when you add black, in my case, sorry guys, I did not have black in all my yarn. Mecca over here, I couldn't find a black rainbow, so I added a very dark blue, but let's imagine it's black. You will change the shade of that color. So in this case, the color becomes darker, as you see here. It's not as vivid. Maybe you see it better like that. So basically what you have to do is you also have to keep these things in mind when you're picking your color combination, because you can't just pick a super saturated orange and yellow and then suddenly pink that is maybe pastel, because maybe that's going to give a very strong shock. So you have to think about those hues. You have to think about the hue, the tint, and the shade, you know, how dark the color is, how warm the color is, how... Keep those things in mind as well, because that's quite important. And that's my first tip. Keep in mind the tone, the tint, and the shade of the hue you're working with. So in this case, some yarns will blend a little bit more than others. But yeah, you also have to keep in mind, and I'm thinking more like people that work with mohair. I work a lot with mohair, and this is definitely something that I do not forget, or not even mohair, but kind of like yarns that have a little bit of halo. Like you see, this one should have a little bit of halo, just a little bit of fluff around it. For those of you who don't know what halo is that little fluff that you see on top of the yarn. It happens a lot with mohair because obviously it's mohair, so it's super fluffy. So when yarns have halo, they're a little bit more easy to blend in together. So you're gonna have to I'm just reading some comments here. So you have to keep in mind the tint of the shade, because if you want to have, for instance, maybe a super vivid a pastel-y cardigan, right? You're knitting, say, a pink pastel cardigan, and you want to, you only have maybe a super strong pink. How do you make that into a pastel? Well, then you just add a lot of white, because then that will brighten and it will, soften your color, or maybe even add a little bit of gray. So for instance, say I'm working with one strand of color, 2 strands of white, and 1 strand of gray, then it's really not gonna, you won't see the color as vivid as you see it by itself, because that's how colors work. Lori is asking, what kind of weight and what kind of yarn are you giving away? I'm actually gonna show you. Just a sweet reminder of today's giveaway. We are gonna give away rainbow cotton, 50 skeins of rainbow cotton, 50 plus skeins of rainbow cotton. I added in also a twister. I'm gonna read the weights and everything in a while. And now that you mention it, I'm also gonna add 2 twister solids in light pink, because it's super summery and it's super nice. And for those guys of you out there who maybe don't want to work with pink, I'm gonna also add in the last twister solid. It's a really beautiful green yellow and kind of like a prune color in the middle. So there you go, you have 2 twister solids and a whole bunch of rainbow. Can I even hold it all? I don't think I have the physical ability to hold all this yarn together, but I'm gonna try, just so you guys see your giveaway gift. So a lot of good luck to you guys. And I'm actually gonna look a little bit about, let's see. So the twister solid, as you guys know, it is a 3 to 4 millimeter hook or needle, and it runs for 437 yards, this one, or 400 meters. Oh boy. This is actually like a workout. And then the twister is also 3 to 4 millimeter, and these are great to combine together. These go together like, I don't know, like honey and tea, basically. So yeah, and then the rainbow, you guys know, I'm gonna pick a yellow out of here. Boop, boop, boop. The rainbow is a 2.5 to 3.5 millimeter. It's a rainbow 8/4, so it's 8/4 ply, and it runs for 170 meters or 186 yards. And there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them and a lot of beautiful colors, perfect for whatever project you're thinking about making. But let me give you some more tips about how to combine those colors, right? Because there's a lot of colors out there, and there's a lot of colors in that giveaway, and you guys need to hear the tip that changed my life when combining colors together. So now that you know about the color harmonies, you have to keep in mind this specific tip. It's called the 60-30-10 tip, and it is an old interior design tip created to basically give balance to the colors that you're picking, right? So the way this formula works is that it allows the eye to gently and serenely move away from one color to another without having it like, oh, what's going on, and the way you use it is you use 60% dominant hue. So say for instance, I'm making a vest that is yellow. I'm gonna use a lot of this yellow in the vest. Then I'm gonna use this blue as a secondary color or as a contrasting color to my yellow. And then I'm gonna add, which one? Oh yeah. Then I'm gonna add a little accent of color. Boop, 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 boop. That is 10. So I'm gonna use 60% of this color, 30% of the blue, and 10% of the orange. And if you keep this rule in mind, believe me, this has changed my life ever since I started knitting and crocheting. When you keep this in mind, it's gonna completely change your workflow, and you're gonna love the colors you're working with. You're gonna love the projects that you finished, and yeah, it's really great. And also, if you have, say for instance, you have more colors than that, that's fine. That's completely fine. You just pick, for instance, pick 2 colors as a dominant color or a dominant color mix, and then you can add purple, as you guys really love it. You can add purple in 30%. So this is going to be 60% of my project. Then I have 30%. And then I'm also going to add a contrasting, wait, I had a little bit of white here. There we go. And then I'm going to add 10% of white to make a color blend. And I mean, look at that. That already looks super gorgeous together. But it's also about how you weight your colors. You can't just always use 25% of each color and expect it to look nice. Of course you can, but it also depends on the project you're making, right? And then I say, I'm saying to you, try this 60-30-10 rule. It really works. Try it with your interior design at home as well, because it is an interior design rule. And yeah, and I'm gonna, the next tip that I have for you is actually a tip that you should give to yourself, and that is what colors mean to you. So what does your favorite color mean to you? And try and answer that question and see if it has an actual, beautiful meaning, or if it's just because, it's fashionable, or it's because, because when you pick a color, when you love a color that is super fashionable, it's just like fashion, it will go away. But if you have a color that is very meaningful to you, then it will always have an impact, and you will look at your clothes differently. For instance, in my case, I remember when I was, I think I was about 6 or maybe 4 years old, and my grandma actually sewed a dress. She sewed a dress for me. I can't remember the word. But she made this beautiful pink dress. It was actually quite a vivid pink. Yeah, something like this, actually. It was a very, very, very shocking pink. And I remember when I first saw that pink, I thought to myself, wow, that pink is that is the most beautiful dress I've ever seen in my entire life. And I think that is why I actually like pink so much, because my grandmother used to make so many pink colors for me. And that's actually quite interesting, because you would start to think, oh, girls and pink, and it used to be different. It used to be boys wearing pink and girls wearing blue, right? But I think it was just a matter of whatever colors she had and whatever materials she had at home. And I remember that pink really had an impact with me. And then the reason why I like yellow is because she used to make a lot of bows, like big bows, because I would always wear my hair in a ponytail, and she would make big bows for me that were always yellow. I don't know why, but they were always yellow. So the thing is that this is why I like these 2 colors. They have a meaning to me. They remind me of my grandma, and I just really love this color. Like, I love this color combination. It goes together, it makes me happy. And I know there's a lot of people that have relationships to colors. So think about that when you're picking a color for your project. Is it just because it's a fad in fashion to pick those colors, or is it because it actually has a beautiful meaning to you? So yeah, otherwise, according to society, we know that red, and this is what the psychologists assimilate colors with, right? We have red that symbolizes energy and power and creativity, and then we have orange. There we go. This is a very strong orange, actually. It looks almost red, but it's orange, I promise. We have orange that represents joy and enthusiasm and creativity. And then we have yellow, happiness, intellect, energy. And then we have green. How come I don't have any green yarns with me here? Well, I do somewhere. But we have green, and that represents growth and freshness and safety and ambition. And then we have blue, and that's luxury, ambition, and creativity. Black is actually really beautiful too. It represents power and elegance and mystery. And white is like purity and perfection and cleanliness and all of that, right? And it's kind of funny how society has put these yes, Jay-Z is saying that my mom always told me that just a marketing trick. And it's true, it is a marketing trick. And actually, speaking about marketing, now that we're thinking about, pink is for girls, blue is for boys, it was not always like that. Before the 50s, so before the Second World War, babies actually used to be mostly dressed in white. And that's also because it allowed, the mothers to bleach the colors as much as they wanted. But then, as marketing started becoming like a big thing, then we started seeing girls dressed in pink in the stores, because the stores asked, actually, or the marketing firms asked, okay, if we're gonna make some advertising for you, what should we dress this girl in this picture with? Should it be blue? Should it be pink? And then, some brands said, okay, it should be pink, and some brands said, okay, it should be blue for girls or pink for boys, and it was a whole mess. But then after the 50s, it was pretty much kind of like nailed down that, yeah, girls should wear pink and boys should wear blue. And it's just a marketing trick, like you said. And the thing is that the cinema followed. I remember the cinema followed afterwards, and people were quite impressed with what they would see on the screens. So if you see Marilyn Monroe wearing this gorgeous pink, almost like this color actually, gown with have you guys seen Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend? I actually have to show you guys. I just need to show you. Let's see. Lorelei Lee. Maybe photo. Guess have to see a photo of her. Maybe if I write Marilyn. Oop, there we go. Look at her dressed, look at her dressed in this show. And this was back in the 50s. Of course, we started thinking about pink as a color for girls, and if we all wanted to be like Marilyn, right? So it is a marketing trick. And I mean, in all honesty, I think you should just dress your baby with whatever colors make you happy and whatever colors make your baby happy, and it should be all colors of the rainbow. It should be a happy kid that should be allowed to wear pink if he's a boy and blue if she's a girl, and it should not matter. It should be all colors and everybody should be happy. So yeah, and then I have one more last tip for you guys. And this is actually a quite smart tip, or it's a tip that I, discovered just a few, maybe a year ago or something like that. Make a color palette for yourself. It's gonna be so important if you make a color palette for yourself. Don't just go ahead and knit with whatever colors. Make a palette for yourself. And the reason why you should do that is that this color palette should represent you. It should represent who you are. And it's going to make your styling so easy. I mean, imagine if you knit something now, and you knit something, or you crochet something 2 years from now, and it's still going to blend in with what you've crocheted or knitted 2 years or 3 years ago. And that's super important. So find out what your favorite colors are. Find out how you can blend these colors together, and then stick to those colors. It's going to be easy when you have to order your colors, order the new yarn. It's going to be super easy when you're going to have to build your closet, and it will also go very well with whatever other clothes you have, right? So yeah. And then Carol says that I find it amazing how my choice of color has changed over the years. And yeah, that's actually true. I mean, just like our palette changes, we sometimes, I remember hating cheese when I was a kid. Oh boy, I could not stand cheese. I hated the smell. I hated all kind of cheese. Even if it was mozzarella and it was tasteless, I would just like, eh. But then, you know, I lived in Paris, and then, you know, people started saying, oh, try some cheese, try some cheese. And then I started trying cheese, and now I love cheese. And it's the same with wine, and it's the same with smells. I used to hate very sweet perfumes. Now I love them. So I guess that's also, it kind of applies also to colors. It can change throughout the years. And that's why you should figure out what is a color that represents something to you, because then it will always have a nice meaning behind it. Yes, and now that we're done, I'm just gonna let you guys know that the next live is going to be about our beautiful summer collection. And our designers have knitted and crocheted beautiful garments. The patterns are ready. Some of them are even released on our website. And yeah, we're going to talk all about it. We're going to go through all the little pieces, check them out, see if the patterns are difficult or easy. We're going to look at the yarns that are used. We're going to look at the colors, and it's going to be quite an hour of fun. We're going to also have a little giveaway back then. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen in 2 weeks from now. And before I finish, I just want to see if... Okay, so I'm dealing with a drama, and I've tried for a very long time to find this person. Sarah Skodel, and maybe Camila can help me. Sarah Skodel was the one who won the giveaway 2 weeks ago, and I could not find her anywhere. She has not written to me in 2 weeks. She has not reached out to me. So I'm using this moment to please, if you're out there in the chat, please reach out to me on my email, because I need to send you your yarn. It's just sitting there. And also, if you won't reach out to me, I'm guessing that in about a week or 2 weeks, I'm going to try and just run a giveaway again to see if somebody else can win it, because I can't stack up on the yarns, right? Imagine if I have giveaways every 2 weeks, and then it's just piling up here because, you know, you're not claiming your prize. So please, if you're out there, please reach out to me before it's too late. And yes, now I'm going to announce a winner. Winner. Are you guys ready? I am going to close the entries, so you have 10 more seconds to participate. And then I'm gonna announce the winner. Are you guys ready? I'm closing the entries in... Oh, let me get the prize. There we go. We have the prize here, and I'm closing the entries now. And I'm gonna pick a winner in 4, 5... Sorry, it was the other way around. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. There we go. Bam, bam. Marie Danielle Lind is your winner. Okay, Marie Danielle Lind, please send a lot of hearts in the chat. Please write me an email to jaya@hobbii.dk. Camila will write it down, I hope. And please reach out to me, because I want to send you your prize. We're talking about 50 skeins of rainbow, 2 twisters solids in beautiful pink, and 2 twisters in, there we go, this gorgeous green mustardy pastel, and this beautiful blue summerish. Yeah. So that is all for today, you guys. I will see you in 2 weeks from now, and we're gonna talk about our summer collection, the Hobbii Summer Collection 2021. And meanwhile, remember to be nice and good to each other, be sweet and kind to each other, stay safe, and yeah, I will see you back then with a whole hour of fun and another giveaway. So I'll see you next time, guys. Have a good Sunday, and lots of kisses from Hobbii and me. Bye.